Hi, everyone.
Hi, Veronica.
Hello. Hi. Hi, Amy.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Thanks for organizing.
Okay, so we're just going to pop you guys on mute slowly as you guys are coming in.
Hi, Kylie.
Okay. Super exciting today. It's been a while since we've done one of these. So I know we probably haven't been using a lot of makeup this year. I know I haven't. That's why I thought it'd be kind of fun to do a full glam look, more summer based for this makeup with me session. And I'll also be using the brand new Motives Flawless foundation sticks, which I've already used. I had a little play around and they're super lightweight, and I actually couldn't believe how lightweight they were. But I had a lot of fun using them. I was actually very shocked at how easy they were to apply and how easy to blend. So I'm super excited about those. And then obviously I have a few other products as well. Okay, so I think we're just gonna get started and then everyone can just kind of make their way in as we get going. So just, okay, so I'm gonna get started with, so usually when I do my makeup, I always start with my base. If you guys are used to starting with the eyes, then you can just skip this part and then kind of follow along, I guess. So I already have moisturizer on. The first thing I'm gonna do is to use a primer. I have the Complexion Perfection Face Primer. In the two recent Makeup With Me sessions, I did have quite a lot of questions about eyeliner and mascara smudging. And I didn't really have a great answer because it wasn't something that I had experienced myself. But I did go ahead and kind of look into it and do a little research. And basically, you want to be using waterproof eyeliner, waterproof mascara, make sure that you prime your eyelids, apply a base, like the Motives Eye Base, and make sure that you also set your eyes with like a setting powder. You could use an eyeshadow as well, but I personally would probably use a setting powder just because that is its functionality. So I have the Motives Luminous Loose Powder and that would work just as well. Otherwise, the HD powder would be really good as well. Okay, so we're going to go straight into the foundation. If you guys don't have the stick foundations, you can go ahead and use any foundation that you already have. But I got the bundle, and the bundle shade that I got is, I think it was Tan to Deep. And that might sound a little dark, but for me, it actually worked really well. So I'm going to go ahead and start kind of just applying them to my skin, and I will show you guys how it kind of applies. This is the packaging, really nice and sleek. So this is in the shade Chai. Now this one is quite light. So I'm going to go ahead and use this as a sort of concealer. So I'm just going to go and apply it straight to my skin. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but it just applies super smooth. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply it to anywhere that my skin needs brightening. And then I'm going to go in with the shade Golden and apply it everywhere else. This is the shade Golden. Now, when I put this on, it's going to look a little bit dark, but once it kind of melts in with the other shade, it'll kind of look like it'll be the right shade for me. So I'm gonna go in with a foundation brush and just kind of start buffing all of the shades together. And I'm gonna do just a comparison of how flawless it looks from one side to the other. So I'm gonna do this side. And you can also use a beauty sponge as well. So this is the side with it buffed in. And as you can see, it's super smooth, a lot more smooth than it was before. And I had redness, and now that redness is pretty much gone. And so what I like to do is I will apply my foundation with a brush first, just because it's really quick, especially if the foundation melts really nicely into the skin. And then I'll go in later with a sponge and just kind of soften everything out and make sure there are no streaky lines. So I just have like a sponge and I'm just gonna go in and soften everything out. So you guys can see that the shade is pretty much a perfect match. And then I'm gonna go in with my contour. Again, with the Flawless Face foundation as well. So I'm just gonna have a look. I have Brulee. This is the shade Brulee. I could probably use that as a contour. Let me just look at the other one, which is Truffle. So Truffle is slightly darker. So if you want a more chiseled look, you would probably go for Truffle. I'm gonna stick to Brulee. And basically, I know a lot of the times when you watch contouring on YouTube or Instagram, a lot of the times they kind of teach you the same way as they would teach anyone else. The thing with contouring is you want to achieve an oval face. So if you already have an oval face, you probably don't need to contour and highlight too much more. I feel like I have a bit of a bigger forehead. So to kind of hide it, I would contour that. And I really like sharp cheeks. So I would go ahead and contour that. And I love like a high kind of nose. So I'd go ahead and contour my nose. So it's basically just what your face shape, you're basically contouring to the shape of an oval. That is pretty much the goal when it comes to shading and highlighting. So if you want like a really chiseled look, you would keep kind of building up that contour. So I'm just gonna go really soft. And usually with my nose, I tend to have to go in and just soften it up a little bit with my finger because you don't want it to look too just out of out of place. And you're pretty much done with the base. You did your concealing, you did your foundation, and you did your contouring with just these foundation sticks. So I'm done with that, and I'm just gonna put them aside. I have just done my base with the new Motives Flawless Foundation face sticks, if you guys have just joined us. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just do my blush so that my base is done. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the Lumiere de Vie Lumi Sticks, which are my favorite blushes. This is in the shade Resting Beach Face, which is my favorite. Let's see, I might just go in with a sponge. So I'm just gonna use the flat end of the sponge and I'm just going to kind of bounce it, and you don't want to put too much. And if you've put too much, then just on the back of your hand, just kind of dab it off a little bit and then start building the blush on your cheeks. And if you feel like you've done too much by accident, which I always do, you can just turn your sponge around to where you had the foundation and you can just soften up the blush. I always say to set your face right at the end because you don't want to set anything that hasn't been finished, especially the eyes. If you get fallout from the eyeshadow or anything like that, it's easier to fix if it's all cream based and you can just kind of wipe it away. Okay, so now onto the eyebrows. So I'm going to be using the Motives Essential Brow Kit. This is something that I use pretty much every day. In my last, I think it was the last Motives makeup with me or the one before that, I kind of taught a little trick on how to use the brow kit. A lot of people kind of dip into the powder and then they dip straight into the wax, which can really ruin either or. So if you're putting something dry into something wet or something wet into something dry, you'll mix up the formula and it just won't work as well as it would have before. So what I do is I'll use the brush with the powder and I'll go ahead and grab the spoolie, which is this one here, dip it into the wax just really slightly and then brush it over to set your eyebrows. So I will go ahead and do that. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of do my brows in just the way that my eyebrows are. I'm not going to do any sort of shape or anything, but I am going to make them a little bit darker because it is going to be a glamorous look. So I do want my eyes to pop. And then you just want to make the front a little bit lighter. So there is a huge difference already between this eyebrow and this eyebrow. And you just want to follow the shape that it is. Obviously, if your eyebrows are quite dark, sometimes you kind of have to make up the shape, which is perfectly okay as well. I feel like I can't leave the house unless I have some eyebrows on. Okay. And then I'm just going to go in with the spoolie into the wax, and I'm just going to set my eyebrows. Just kind of dab it in really, really, not too much, because this wax will really, really set your eyebrows, and just run it through your eyebrows. If you're after kind of fluffy looking eyebrows, you can always brush them upwards, and that will give you a slight fluffy effect. Okay, so the fun parts. So I'm going to be using the Viva Thalia and Motives collaboration palette. I always thought that her name was Thalia. It's actually Thalia, and I just learned that recently. So this is one of the most beautiful palettes. It's so pretty. So pretty. I love every single shade. And I know that blue kind of looks scary, but I'm going to incorporate it into today's look. And I'm going to show you 2 ways. So I'm going to do one look, but I'll also kind of talk about another look that you can do. But I feel like today's look, everyone can really pull off. So what we're going to do is, I know that these say contour, blush, and highlight. Doesn't mean you have to use it on your face or your cheeks. You can use them on your eyes as well. This is a really beautiful color for your eyes. And I would totally use that. But let's start with the contour shade. You're gonna go ahead and put it all over your eyes as the base. So I'm just gonna use a blending brush. So Motives has a blending brush that's just like this. I don't have it with me, but this is pretty much exactly the same. And you're just going to dip into contour, tap off the excess, don't forget to tap, and just kind of in swirl motions, do kind of like a rainbow on your eye. So basically you want to just leave this little space here free of any eyeshadow. And you're just going to be working here. Yes, Lily, windscreen wiper motions. That's exactly what I meant. Okay, so this is just going to be a base shade. And you're just going to go ahead and do that on both eyes. We're not going to build the color because this isn't going to be the color or the main color that I'm going to be using. One of the great things about this palette is that it has a huge mirror, which is so good for traveling. And it's just super convenient. Okay, so you want to blend out any harsh lines. Cool, I'm just gonna go through and see for you guys. Okay, so I wanna go in with the crease brush. So it's kind of got a bullet shape. It is quite dense. So when you pack eyeshadow onto this brush, it will be very pigmented. So make sure you just dip slightly. And remember, always tap off the excess because that is what causes fallout. So tap off, oh sorry, and it's going to be this shade here called Rhythm. This really, really pretty cranberry shade. Amy, yes, it is being recorded. Okay, so basically, again, you're gonna do the windscreen wiper motion, but you're going to concentrate most of the color in this section here. And you're going to really build this color because this is going to be our main color here. You don't want to use too much. When it comes to this kind of shades, like purples and cranberries, it's very easy to kind of make the eye look like it's bruised because you've used too much eyeshadow and you haven't blended enough. So make sure that you're blending, you know, spend a good amount of time blending the eye. So we're kind of going for a slightly smoky look. However, we're still keeping it classic as we are keeping that free. So continue to just dip, tap, and blend. And then once you're happy with the amount that you've put on, go ahead and go in with your blending brush that you were using before and blend out any harsh lines. So I can see that I have harsh line right here. So I would go in with my blending brush, this one, and just blend it out. You only really need maybe 3 eye brushes and to kind of achieve any look, like with a smoky, you would only need a really, really good blending brush to achieve any sort of eye look. And if you want to keep building that color, you definitely can, because it's a really pretty cranberry color. I think it's very summery. It's really good for this kind of weather that we're having right now. Okay, so basically we're just going to leave this lid here pretty much how it is. Now I'm gonna go in, if you did want to make it a little bit more glamorous, if you're going out at nighttime especially, you could use Heat, which is this rose gold shimmer, Flirt, this gold one, or slightly gold, and then this really gold one, or this highlight, and basically use that and just put it on the middle of your eyelid to make your eyes pop even more. I'm going to keep it a little bit more casual just because we are using this blue shade later, and I don't want it to look too much. Next, I'm just going to go in and draw my eyeliner. So I'm using the Luxe Precision eyeliner, and this is in Carbon. And I'm going to wing it out just a little bit because I am using false lashes. So I'm just going to move. Basically what I do is I always start in the middle and literally just small tiny strokes, because I know that I don't really have a steady hand. If I just kind of draw one line, it'll be like super, super wonky. So, and just make your way in. And then slowly make your way back out. And then basically to do a wing, I'll just hold my brush in the position that I would want the wing. So basically like that. I know it's a bit more difficult if you have hooded eyes. Sometimes you would have to look down to get that perfect wing. But I would just do a little line. I don't know if you guys can see that line, and kind of just use that little line as my guide, and I can make it as long or as short as I would want. So. And always have cotton buds handy, because they will be your best friend when you are having just a bad eyeliner day. I know that sometimes I can get one eye really, really good and then the other eye just not so good. So cotton bud and a little bit of primer will just wipe away any mistakes. So don't panic, because you can just wipe it away and do it again. And again on the other eye. And they'll never be even either. I know mine are never even. And sometimes you just kind of, you've got to learn to just let it go. Even if it's, you know, if it's one of those days, you just got to let it go and just be like, yep, this is what's happening today. My hair isn't going to look good. My eyeliner is not going to cooperate. So that is that. Okay, so let's do lashes. So I have here the Motives false lashes in the number 113. And I actually really like these lashes because they're super fluffy, but they're also really light. So the band is super, super thin. And I know that if I'm going out and I have a set of like heavy lashes on, after like 1 or 2 hours, I just want to take them off. But these are super, super lightweight. So basically what you want to do is make sure that they fit your eyes. So if they're too long, just cut them. If they're too short, I mean, that's not always a big deal. If they're too short, then always keep it towards the outside of the eye, because on the inside, no one will really notice that you're not, that you don't have false lashes there. So make sure to just apply glue. I'll just apply it and I will show you guys. Don't apply too much, don't apply too little, because either one can make your lashes fall off. So that's basically how I've applied it. And you have to wait for the glue to get tacky. So just kind of leave it there for a minute, 30 seconds to a minute. If you put it on straight away, then that will just make, it'll just want to come straight off your eyes. It will not stay. Okay. So I have both of them here. So once you've put like glue on the other one, the first one should almost be dry. Usually I do use a pair of tweezers, but because my nails are quite short today, I'm just going to go ahead and put them on using my fingers. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit the lash on top of my lashes, and then it kind of just sticks. And just kind of maneuver it. I just got some on my eyelids. Always make sure to stick the inside down, because that's the one place that always kind of sticks up. And I have glue all over my eyelid, but the glue will dry clear and no one will see anything. So just let that dry on your eyes and just make sure it's in place. So I don't know if you guys can tell the difference, but I really like these ones for a glamorous look. These are the 113s. Okay, and then I'm just going to go ahead and apply the other ones, which should be nice and tacky by now. And if you have trouble applying them with your fingers, a tweezer is the next best thing. Actually, no, tweezers are probably the easiest ways to apply false lashes. I just don't have mine on me right now, so I'm just using my fingers. And because my nails are short, it is a little bit easier. If they were long, I probably wouldn't be able to put them on. But basically, those other lashes. The adhesive is white, however, it will dry clear. So if you just leave it, it'll be fine after a while. Okay, so to finish off the eyes, if you feel like once you've put on your lashes and your eyes just look a little bit too not as smoky or not as vibrant as you want, I would just go in again with this red color and just kind of go in. And if you guys aren't wearing lashes, obviously I would go in with a lash curler and 2 or 3 coats of mascara. So I would curl my lashes and then go in with my favorite mascara. Mine would probably be the Fiber Lush ones, the Motives Fiber Lush ones, just because they fit my eyes really, really perfectly. So with applying mascara, once you apply the first coat, just wait 30 seconds and then apply another coat. I'm just getting this glue to dry. Okay, and finally, the final step is the blue shade called Splash. So this is such a pretty shade. I'm going to just quickly swatch it for you guys. Super pretty, and blue can be very intimidating when it comes to makeup. I know that I don't really use it when it comes to blues or greens. It's kind of a scary shade to use because not a lot of people kind of go out and have blue eyeshadow on. But I'm going to use it in a way that's very wearable. I would wear it out on a day-to-day look. And I think it's kind of fun as well. So I'm going to take this brush. This, I know it is the lip brush, but you can use it for whatever you want. So I'm going to go ahead and dip this into Splash. Okay, you don't want to grab too much, just enough that it's on the tip like that. You can tap off the excess, and basically you're going to apply it to your bottom lash line. Don't go all the way in, just on the outside. Maybe 2/3 of the way in. And just on the other side. If you want this shade to be a little bit more vibrant, you can go ahead and spray your brush with one of the Motives setting spray. I feel like it's quite vibrant on its own. And basically it becomes very, very wearable. If you wanted to add a little bit of shimmer to the top to kind of even it out, I would go ahead and use Frisky. So I'm going to go ahead and just do that now just to show you guys. And I have this on an eyeshadow brush. So I'm just going to go and add it to the middle, just to kind of even out that shimmer like that. And if you want it even more vibrant, you can just continue to go in and build up that blue even more. You can drag it down even more if you wanted to. You can also go ahead if you wanted, if putting it on the under eyes too much, you can also go ahead and put it on the inner corners of your eye, and that's it. I know that Kylie Jenner started a trend where she used a neon pink on the inside of her eyes, and that was pretty much all that she did, and it looked really, really nice. People started using different colors. So that's a really nice way to use it as well. Another way would be to mix the blue, and instead of having that shimmer there, to use the blue shimmer there. So it would be a pink kind of cranberry smoky eye with a pop of blue on the inside. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and finish the look with my lip product. And so I decided to get the Motives lip kit in the shade Like Really Pretty. And you guys can go ahead and put on your favorite lip product. So this is the kit here. Really, really pink, really, really pretty pink shades. So I'm just gonna go ahead and draw my lip liner, and I'm just gonna, when you get a new lip liner, the point is extremely, extremely sharp. What I do is I just kind of run the pencil back and forth on the back of my hand to make it less sharp, because otherwise it'll kind of stab your lips. And you just want to draw your lip liner. And you can decide to fill it in. I usually like to fill in my lips just a little bit. And then just press my lips together. And then I'll go in with the lipstick, which is this really pretty shade. And basically that would seal in any sort of feathering or smudging of your lip liner. And then finally, I'm just going to go in with some highlight. I'm just going to use, let's see, I'm just going to use a contour brush. Actually, I'll use another foundation brush that I have here. And I'm just going to dip it into this highlight right here. Remember to tap off the excess. And just kind of apply it to the highest points of my cheeks. Same on the other side. And just down my nose, because I did contour. And I feel like it's become sort of like a 70s look with the blue, but I think it's really, really fun. If you wanted to utilize all the shades, well, most of the shades from the Thalia palette. Kitty said there was a book I read that blue shadow should be banned. Yeah, a lot of people will say that blue eyeshadow is disgusting, don't use it, but I feel like it looks really, really pretty on people with blue eyes and green eyes. I think it really pops, but everyone can use it if you kind of use it to suit what you like. I would totally wear this out on like a date night or something like that, or if I was going, I don't know, out, I would wear it to a wedding if I wanted to, you know what I mean? it's basically, the thing I love about makeup is you can wear whatever you want, and at the end of the day you can take it off and you can start again the next day. So it's a lot of fun. This is pretty much the finished look, and I really like this look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But yeah, if you have any questions, be sure to reach out. I usually email you guys with a reply email, so you guys can reply to those emails and it'll go straight to me, and I will reply. Any more questions, be sure to just email me. I hope you guys had fun tonight, and I hope you guys all stay safe and healthy. Thank you guys so much for joining me again. Bye. Bye guys, thank you.
Thank you, Veronica. Enjoy.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Fun.
Bye.